What's up, guys? BARRYGAMING here, back with some more Eternal Evolution. And well, we already talked about what type of heroes you can get free from this event, but we haven't gone to completely deep dive into the patch notes. One thing I immediately see is there is a limited collab pack that gets you 2 hero copies and 20 gene hybrid shards, which is interesting for a 100 USD deal. Now remember, if you are going to do this, make sure you're doing this with Aptoid, because this 99.99 pack will get you what, how many coins back right now? Make sure you guys use the Barry G5 code. It looks like it's gonna be getting like 10, or no, is that 18? Yeah, 18.99 back on this deal for future purchases. So if you are gonna go in on this hero, one thing to note is Asuka, you can get 1 copy from the store across the collaboration event, but if you want to get 1 copy right away, I think you have to go the route of purchasing, because part of this event is going to be the collab recruitment. What we talked about, it has Shinji and it has Mari on it only. It does not have Asuka on it. So let's take a look at these patch notes here that we have right now. There's no announcement at present. I guess they took the patch notes off of here. So what we're gonna do instead is let's take a look at the patch notes that they posted on the Discord, and we'll go over that and we'll show you guys where that is in game as well. So let me jump on over the patch notes and let's break it down. Now, before we even go too far into the patch notes, there is already a brand new gift code. This is good for until January 4th. So if you're watching this very late, make sure you guys are jumping in here. Copy this in 2023 EEX EVA collab, cash that in, and you're immediately going to get 10 of those soul memory cards and 100 of the Iron Eater's gratitude. So that's already, we have our first code. I'll put it in the link in the description. There's a bunch of special codes and stuff that's going to go out on Facebook. I'll make sure I get every single one of them to you guys to make sure you guys get all those rewards. But 10 free summons right off the bat, that is pretty solid. So as we know, there are the 2 new heroes coming to the summon recruitment banner here, and they are Shinji and of course we have the other one being Mari. Both of them are coming here. Asuka, essentially the only way to get her is going to be through the store, the Iron Eater store right here. There's a copy of her right here, but that's going to take a while to accumulate these favors. You're not going to have her day 1. There's also, of course, 1 copy here, which is pretty solid. But essentially what it is let's take a look at the heroes first, because that is what we are talking about in this event. I haven't gotten any of them yet, but let's go over it. First off, we have Shinji. He is going to be an energy hero. That's basically going to be going crazy on the enemy battlefield, bombarding the target area and firing a light barrage to deal damage. At the start of battle, he can restore energy or rage to all allied heroes, and the allied Evangelion heroes can get additional resources. So yeah, we're probably going to do more of a deep dive on each individual hero if that's what you're looking to get, but he does seem like he would be a very good fit for energy team, especially Jaina. The newest heroes are really good. It seems like it's solid hero. The exclusive here, this is one I didn't take a look at. Increases his own common skill damage by 30%, activates a couple different times. Seems like a pretty solid energy hero. I don't know how he compares to the current squad, because as you guys know, the current energy heroes that we have in the game are pretty solid. We got Corellios, we got Jaina, and we have Nord. If that's like the 4th spot that fits on that team, then I think that's a really good fit. Second up is Asuka. So she is an SSS level time traveler assassin hero who can teleport behind the enemy with the lowest HP and cause damage to enemies within range. After you enhance her, she can also knock the target away and dispel any invincibility effects that that hero has. She also increases the speed and damage of her basic attacks. Pretty solid. She can avoid being killed with an immunity effect of her own, which is interesting. It seems like she jumps all over the battlefield too. That enhancement seems pretty solid as well. This is where the ultimate skill here has that dispelling of invincibility, which is interesting. It can steal energy from the target. I like the sound of that. That is pretty good. And she has a teleport on her common skill, which is really good with had dragon and stuff like that, getting shields constantly. She also shields as well. Burst damage increases her attack speed, so she's a very quick attacker as well. And then it says when she receives fatal damage, ignores that damage, instantly restores up to 40%, 300 energy, and receives a shield which is pretty awesome. And she can also generate additional shields as well. If you get her exclusive, the maximum number is up to 2, so she can essentially avoid death like 2 times, which is pretty interesting, and that is tied to the EX30. Lastly, we have Mari over here. So Mari is the hunter hero, and this is said she is an SS level time traveler hunter hero who can fire a laser in a straight line ahead of her, causing continuous damage to all enemies within that range. When the attack speed reaches a certain value, the number of attacks will be increased, just like all hunter heroes in this game, and she can become immune to all control effects upon activating this skill. She can also trigger special effects every 4th basic attack, causing damage to the enemy and stunning them. After receiving fatal damage, she ignores that damage, restores HP, and immediately rolls away. So it's not a revive like some of the recent hunter heroes have, but it is an immunity type of effect, which is interesting. I don't know how she's going to compare to some of the other hunters we have right now, whether she fits in a good setup with the SP hero. I don't know just yet. This one is interesting because, again, if you get EX30, it basically means she can ignore the lethal penalty twice. I guess the only one that's left out of the lethal effect is Shinji on this one, so it is what it is. Now, continuing with the patch notes that we have here, of course, the collab event is the big highlight here. Let's see what we have. We have the banner. We already talked about that. Angels from Another World. That is the name of this whole collaboration here. Basically saying you're going to be able to get a lot of additional resources throughout this event. There's a details gathering. So we have some of the normal stuff that's coming along with it. Details gathering with Gamuzo's bell, which is going to be here. We have a star echo for the summoning that's a little different. You're actually going to be getting the soul crystal nucleuses for Daniel. And then you're going to get the generic one, the Chaos Soul one. So this is interesting. There is a selection card down at 300, which is way down there for a change. And then there's no other one. So not only is there no collab store this time for the actual, like, there's no collab chips. Keep that in mind. We got, of course, the new heroes here. All down the bottom. They only listed 2 of them, which is surprising. They didn't put Ahsoka here. I guess just because you can't do it. There is a premium down here as well. And then let's talk a little bit about this. We have Defense of the Iron Eaters Village. So players from different servers will fight side by side against versions of Otis. The confrontation will be divided into 3 different stages. This is very much like our Ghost in a Shell event that we had. After defeating the boss of each stage, the next stage will automatically open and players will face a more challenging battle. Each stage of the confrontation activates new bonuses, which you can see right here. The first one is all allied heroes get 10%. When the next one unlocks, get additional Evangelion attack and all these other special effects, which is interesting. And then it says during the event, players ranking will be recorded and generous rewards will be given out. So yeah, it depends on where you rank on the leaderboard here. And I think it's within your normal servo clusters. Again, you're going to be able to get a bunch of these favors, these Iron Eater favors and gratitudes based on killing the boss. And then, of course, there are missions to generate them every single day, as well as achievements for accomplishing certain things. Tons of these consumables around. Tons of these collab recruitments are pretty interesting. Wait, what did that say there? Oh, when the collab event ends, this item is recycled for 100 diamonds. So yeah, use them up. Don't save them. Don't think they're going to turn into limited recruitments. And it looks like you get 3 per day, while you can still do a simulation battle to test out your lineups and see what works best. Now, there are a couple things that did open up as well. Of course, what you will see is Twilight Lands. They didn't hold it back this time. It's actually here, so don't worry about it. It's the last time they pushed Twilight Lands back because of the collab event. They listened to us. They're actually doing it pretty interestingly. So there are a couple other optimizations and things like that, but that is pretty much the patch notes. So let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'm going to be putting out 2 to 3 videos a day from here on out on Eternal Evolution. So please make sure you guys take 1 second, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys next time.